What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel as well as on Twitch, so make sure you come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name Aftersound, and I do have a new song out recently called Don't Forget About Me, the Supernova version, so check it out. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate the support. All right, guys, let's take a look at spellbook purchases because there has been a major shift over these last couple of weeks. Now, as you can see here from the data, I forgot to do this at the beginning of May, so we kind of missed a lot of that data for April. Well, actually, we didn't miss it because it's all being taken into like the 90-day at this point, but we just didn't get that 30-day snapshot that I usually like to get. But here's the thing. Since Conclave Arcana came out in mid-May, and obviously the pre-sale that started before that, things have started heating up, and significantly. So I'm just going to compare where we were at in, well, we can do the last couple of months here. Maybe we can even go to, you know what, since we can see all the way back to February, like early February, let's just take a look at this data, right? So we're going to start with the spellbooks first, then we'll look at the signups, and then obviously finish up with the conversion, which, as you can tell, is significantly higher. And I know you guys are going to look at this and be like, oh, a single percentage point, but we'll get to it in a second. All right, so spellbooks overall. So over a 180-day period, which I don't really want to focus on because this goes all the way back to like last year, but you can see that, you know, our average now over the 180 days is 3.38. It has not been over 3 at all the last couple of times. We'll just say the last 4 months. 334 on the 90-day, but here is where it starts to get really interesting. So on the 30 days, so just looking back pretty much over the month of May, it is up to 183, which means an average of 6.1 spellbook purchases per day, right? And then it goes up even higher over the last 2 weeks here with the 7.57 on the 14-day, right? 106 total spellbooks purchased. Now, when you look at signups, the thing is signups are increasing too. So once again, let's just take a quick look here, and you can see that the average over the past, we'll call it, 180 days, I mean, it's actually lower, which is odd, but it is what it is. I guess we haven't really factored that much into it. There must have been a significant lull. With the 90-day, we're actually lower too. This is so, okay, well, I hadn't noticed that. But either way, when you look at the last 30 days, and specifically the last 14 days, this is where things bulk up. So 123, we have not seen this kind of enthusiasm since early in the year. And again, this was like January timeframe when everybody thought Bitcoin was going to go nuclear following the election and leading into the inauguration. Obviously it didn't, and we had a little bit of a retracement, but 123. And check this out. Over the last 14 days, 141. 141 per day, I should say. 141 signups per day. Now, here's what I really love is when we take a look at the conversion rate, and you can see that across the time zones, or not time zones, but the time horizons that we're looking at, as we get closer and closer, more recency bias, we are seeing an increase. In fact, over the last 14 days, it is over 5%, right? 5.36% to be specific. Now, in no time frame at all in the past have we ever seen anything even above 4%. And when you take a look at where we're at over the last 5 days, or the last 30 days, right, we're pretty much at 5%, 4.95. And then you look at the last 90 days, so this goes all the way back, we'll just say the months of February, March, March, April, and May, this had already risen up to 4.6%, right? But see, even all the conversion like that, the conversion that's happening right now in recent times is bringing up the entire like 180-day and the 90-day. So all in all, this is looking fantastic. Now, what is contributing to this? Okay, so we know that the team hasn't really turned on the marketing jets yet, but there was that recent partnership that we did with YGG, right? So let's actually go over here and take a closer look. So as you can tell here, let's go down. There was a significant increase, and this is over the last 30 days, right? So you can see why the last 14 days have been significantly higher, where, before we were getting under 100, under 70, right? This was kind of like the average out there. And then all of a sudden we started getting a bunch of signups, over 200 some days, over 100, maybe around 150 or so on average these last couple of weeks. But even more so, if we take out the players so that you can see the spellbooks here, you can see that spellbooks have increased. In fact, there were a couple of days where we were in double digits, 12. What is this? 12, you got 13 there, you got 14 here, right? So if I put this on, let's go like the last 3 months or 90 days so you can see this a little bit better. So let's take out the spell books, and you can clearly see that there's an upward trend here over the past month, right, with these signups. And then if we put the spell books in only and take out the players, right, once again, you're starting to see this upward trend. So is it just YGG? Could be, right? Are there players that are coming back into the game or rediscovering the game, or, word of mouth, some new players coming in here and there? Absolutely. But all of this to me is a phenomenal sign, a phenomenal sign because of the fact that, I'm sorry if this was covered by my picture, but here you go. You can see it better now. It's a phenomenal sign because of the fact that we haven't even really started the marketing. We just put out like the campaign mode. So this is something that we can now get new players really much more active and engaged with. But all in all, like with the backdrop of, obviously Bitcoin's hitting new all-time highs, but that's been happening for a while. The alt market has not been doing great. Games have been shutting down left and right. A lot of other projects or their tokens are kind of down in the dumps, but yet Splinterlands trudges on. People are exploring the game. People are discovering the game. They're coming and checking it out. And I think the team is really going to hit their stride over the next couple of months. Now that campaign mode is out, now that Conclave Arcana is out, now that they have so many things kind of set to go, this is when you can start to really pull in new players. And, Dave McCoy even made an announcement. It was like an announcement of announcement, right? Saying that there's like something like a crypto gaming recovery fund or something, where they're going to try and reach out to other communities. Again, I don't know the details, still waiting to get a post on that, but I think that, this could be a perfect time to really start pulling in people and saying like, hey, this game's been around for 7 years now, 7+ years at this point. It's going strong. It's got a solid player base, a solid community. It just had a fantastic pre-sale. People are continuing to buy packs on a daily basis, and there's not enough SPS to go around, right? So I don't know. To me, this is exciting stuff. Just wanted to share it with you. I'll try to be better about doing this on that monthly basis. If I don't remember early July, somebody please remind me. But that is all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.